Good day, my name is Edwin. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'll be talking on visa 407. It is called training visa. In my last video, I spoke on 482 visa. Just a preamble. This channel is dedicated to pharmacists, healthcare professionals who would like to come and work in Australia. So I'm just creating avenues to motivate, inspire, and give information to overseas trained pharmacists who might be interested in coming to Australia to work. I also have to say at this stage that this is just a form of inspiration, just giving information to persons. I am not an immigration lawyer. Whatever I'm giving you are verifiable information you can find on Australian immigration website. Some of the information are based on my own personal experience and experiences of persons around me. So I'm not an immigration lawyer. If you need service of an immigration lawyer, I will recommend you visit someone who is competent, someone who is credible, reliable in your region. You are the one to make that decision. So whatever I'm giving you just to like guide you, and you can also go online and verify some of this information yourself. So today I'll be talking about 407 visa. I know there are some persons who just finished pharmacy schools. They've been inducted into the pharmacy board in their country of residence, or they don't have up to 2 years of experience and still interested in coming to Australia. So you can look into 407 407 visa. It is called a training visa. Basically what this visa does is it gives opportunity to employers here in Australia, owners of pharmacy outlets, to go overseas to source for overseas trained pharmacists, to bring them to Australia to train them and help them to get their general registration for them to become a full licensed pharmacist in Australia. The process is still the same, whichever pathway you want to come here through. I could remember in my last video I spoke on 482 visa. It's almost close to 407 visa. The only difference lies in the requirements. In 482 visa, you need a minimum of 2 years experience. You also need English test in addition to other requirements that are listed in the descriptions section of the video I made last time. Also, if you go to the description section of today's video, you see a link that will direct you to Department of Home Affairs here in Australia that will give you more information on 407 visa, training visa. This visa is for persons who do not have the maximum number of experience, or you just finished from pharmacy school and you would like to come here to practice as a pharmacist. So it gives you opportunity to come here, do your internship, get your general registration, but the steps are still the same. So when I say the steps are still the same, you still have to go through the process of doing eligibility check with Australian Pharmacy Council. When you're done with eligibility check and it's positive, you still have to register and sit for Kaps examination, which is known as Knowledge Assessment of Pharmaceutical Sciences. After you pass Kaps examination, you'll be issued within a week a statement known as positive skills assessment. So that is one of the documents you also need to apply for visa. Whichever visa you are coming here to Australia with, you need positive skills assessment. Then you want to apply for provisional registration with APRA, which is like the body, the health body responsible for regulation of healthcare professionals in Australia. So you need to get provisional registration with APRA, but because you're not in Australia, you'll be given what is called in principle approval. So this is based on condition that when you come over to Australia and you meet certain requirements, you provide your identification and other documentation expected of you, you'll be issued a provisional registration number. So if you've passed CAPS examination and you've gotten your in principle approval, you've passed your English test, then you can jump online, apply for job opportunities. There are employers who are willing to sponsor overseas trained pharmacists to come here, do their internship, get their registration, and help fill the shortest skill supply in the pharmacy sector at the moment. So when you come over here, you do your internship, which going to last for almost a year. Then you also have to sit for 2 more exams, after which you become a registered pharmacist in Australia. If you go, as I stated before, if you go to the description section of this video, there is a link that will give you full information on what you need to know about visa 407. Is called a training visa. Gives the opportunity to come to Australia even if you don't have experience. You register with your pharmacy boards, you've passed your exam, you've gotten your provisional registration, a job offer. It's still the same process. So when you've gotten an offer with the employer, they have to file a nomination with the immigration, and after that is successful, you will be given a nomination number that you can use to file your application to come to Australia to work as a pharmacist. In my last video, I also said something about you knowing the cost. There are a lot of costs that are attached to this. That is what I'm going to be doing in my next video, where I will tell persons, even try to convert it in your local currency, what the cost implication is all about. Right from the time of you filing your application for eligibility check with Australian Pharmacy Council, known as APC, what is it going to cost you, the cost of you registering for Kaps examination. After you pass your Kaps examination, you also need to apply for provisional registration with APRA. This is going to cost you money. So even when you come to Australia, there are other costs or expenses you're going to make in terms of you registering from what is called ITP internship program, which could be with any of the bodies that organized out for pharmacists here in Australia. You have to sit for 2 more exams, written exam and oral exam, and each of these exams, they come with their costs. Like, there are fees attached to these 2 exams, so it's a whole lot of process. It's capital intensive, but don't get discouraged. If you feel it is something you can do, just start it step by step. Like I said, don't give yourself that false hope that I'm going to finish this thing in 5 months. It takes time, so one step at a time. Or believe you me, if you feel you meet the requirement, the criteria, and you have the money, the finance to go about this process, is something I will recommend you to start, because Australia is a good place to practice pharmacy. There are a lot of standard that's imputed into the profession that you have to stick to, and it also gives you opportunity to learn on the job. It gives you opportunity to do what is called professional development, where you go for a series of events, seminars, you do sort of CPD sort of training, just to make sure that you maintain certain number of credit units or learning modules, acquire credits that will help you to renew your license with the medical board or APRA, responsible for regulation of healthcare professionals in Australia. So it is a good place to be. Just go through the checklist, take them and see if it is something you can do. So today, 407 visa, remember that is what we are discussing for persons who just finished pharmacy schools, who don't have up to a year experience and still want to come to Australia to practice. This visa is for you. 407 visa. Go to the link in the description section of this video. You'll see what is expected of you. I also need to say something on the English requirements. I know some persons are scared of writing English. The truth of the matter is, there is no way you can go any country abroad, like overseas developed countries, and you want to practice without doing English tests, except maybe for persons who are from UK or Canada, United States of America or Ireland, who they fake like, oh, these persons are taught in English. But if you're not from these 4 or 5 countries, you need to do English test. Remember, at the point of registration with APRA, when you're filing application for your provisional registration, you need English test. When you are also doing your visa registration, if you're coming for 407, you need a functional English test. If you want to know more about the functional English test requirement for 407 visa, I've also attached a link in the description section of this video that will give you more information on what the English test requirement is, what you need to score. So there are a lot of English language tests you can take. It's not limited to IELTS. You have PTE, Pearson Test of English. There is OET. I think there is TOEFL. A whole lot of English tests, depending on the one that you find easy. Like I said, if you go to the description section of this video, you will see a link that will direct you on the English language requirement for you to file your application. So when it's successful, just come to Australia, start your internship. When you're done with your internship and you've passed your oral written exam, you've completed your ITP program, you have your general registration, and that way you're free to like explore the profession. And a good thing here, you have states in Australia. So if you are licensed to practice, let's say in Queensland, you can use the same license to go to South Australia, or to go to Perth, or to go to New South Wales, Sydney, as the case may be. Though different states, they have their own requirement. They have like what is expected of pharmacists, but it's still the same license, and it's pretty like almost the same. So all you need to do if you want to move interstate after you've gotten your general registration, you need to do a form of pressure program to know what the requirements of the state is all about. But basically, it's not going to be something totally different from the state that you gain your general registration in. So guys, thank you so much again for coming through. In my next video, like I said, I'm going to talk about the cost implication right from the outside when you file application for eligibility check with Australian Pharmacy Council, up to the point of you getting your general registration with APRA. So I'm going to give you the breakdown. I also try to, maybe for those in Africa, Nigeria to be precise, I also try to see if I can convert the amounts, the dollar to naira, to get the equivalence, what the conversion is going to be, so that you see what the cost implication is, study your condition, and see if it is something you can embark on and start the process as soon as possible. It's a long process, but you can do it. Some persons have done it in the past, and they're here in Australia, though I'm here on a different pathway. Anyway, so thank you so much. I'm going to be away next time. Until then, do have a lovely day, and I hope to see you in my next video, where we discuss cost implications and you coming to Australia to fulfill your dream of working here and living in Australia as a pharmacist. Have a good day. Bye now. It's Edwin. Bye.